Hey everyone, it is Angela from abpan.com, and today I wanted to talk about my Wacom Intuos 5 small tablet. It's not plugged in right now, just so it was easier to show you, but here's the tablet and then here's the pen accessory that comes with it. You also get this little pen stand. So I've had this tablet for about 4 months now. I think I got it at the end of May and right now it's the end of September. And overall, I really like it. This is the first tablet I've ever used before. And at first I was a little hesitant on getting it because I didn't know if it really would make my workflow a lot easier and a lot more accurate or any of those things that you really hear about tablets. But when people say it's life-changing, it really is. Once you go tablet, you won't go back to a mouse. I can tell you that. Using a mouse now is just so clunky and it's so weird for me to use. It's so much easier to point and draw and do whatever you want with this pen. It's a lot more intuitive, like if you were actually using a pen and paper, than it is to use this clunky mouse. And that's what I really like about this tablet, is that you can use this pen. So I wanted to talk about some of my observations that I've had using this tablet, some of my pros and some of my cons. There's not very many cons, but there are a few. So one thing I noticed while you're using this tablet is that you are a little bit more delicate when you're using this. You don't necessarily use the pen to scroll through everything. You use your hand to hover over it. So I do notice that you're a little bit more delicate when you're using the tablet. And plus you have these nibs at the very end. And then sometimes these can wear out. And it isn't that big of a problem because in this pen stand you do get a whole supply of nibs that comes with it, and I'm sure you can order more on the website, but you do notice that you're a little bit more delicate, but these nibs really don't wear out. I've had this is the same one that I've had since the very beginning, and you know, it's still pretty out there. So the nibs don't really wear out, but I do notice that you're a lot more delicate when you are using the tablet as opposed to when you're using a mouse. You're not really thinking about it. When you're using the tablet, you are considering how rough you are with it and things like that. When you first get this tablet, you have to watch the videos, especially if you've never used a tablet before or anything like that. I had no idea what I was doing when I got this. And so watching the intro videos on the website is really, really helpful. And it did take me a few days to get used to using it. I actually replaced this tablet and I don't even use the mouse anymore. I use this for regular internet browsing, for whatever I'm doing, even if it isn't stuff in Photoshop or anything creative. I still use this as my regular mouse. So it does take a little bit while to get used to it. I think after I completed all the videos, it took me about a full week to fully get comfortable with the tablet. Another nice thing about the Wacom tablet is that it has these buttons on the side, and then you can even use this little circle thing for scrolling. You can scroll front and back. I noticed that I don't really use these buttons or anything at all, really. I just don't even find myself wanting to use them or needing to use them, but I could see how it could come in handy for those who choose to use them. I don't particularly use them. And then also the tablet has hand gestures that you can use similar to like a Mac computer mouse. The tracking pad, you can use four fingers, 3 fingers, 2 fingers to do whatever you want. And the nice thing about it is that you can set those settings to whatever you want it to be. And it's really easy to set the settings once you go through the videos again. So I don't really use it. I just basically use it as a mouse with my pen and tablet, just doing whatever I need to do. But on the pen, it does have these buttons. It has one down button and one up button. I do use these a lot. You can set the settings for whatever you want these for. So my general settings, I have this as my right click button. So that comes in really handy, that you can just kind of, while you're scrolling through, just click it and not even really have to move your fingers. And then this button I use a dual monitor system. So this you could actually use if you want to switch from one monitor to the next. I don't really use it that much. I might change this setting to be something else. I'm still trying to figure out how I can be most efficient with this tablet, so this might not be the most efficient thing for me to use, but right now that's what my settings are set at. I don't really use this much. I definitely use this much. But in Photoshop, I have set it so that if you click this, a little wheel pops up, and then my most used filters or adjustments or anything shows up there. So it makes it really easy and really fast for me to edit my pictures. So that is a great thing about this tablet. And one of the best features about this Intuos 7 is the pressure system. I love it, especially when I'm masking things or painting anything or anything like that. Basically what it means that you can put a little bit of pressure and only a little bit of that paint will show up. Or if you put a lot of pressure, a bolder, bigger line will show up while you're doing it. So you don't really have to change your paintbrush size. All you really have to do is change how much pressure you're putting on the pad. And that's awesome when you want to edit things as fast as you can, most accurately. You don't really have to use keyboard shortcuts or anything like that. You could just add more pressure and it does it automatically. That is so awesome. And it definitely makes it a lot more accurate when you want to paint, or if you want to outline something, or if you want to draw something. It's a lot more accurate than using a wobbly mouse. And I do have some negatives about the Intuos 5 Small. Even though it is small, even though this is the small version, it does take up quite a bit of room on my desk. So here is my Apple keyboard, and it's almost just as big. So it's like having two keyboards on your desk. Another one, I don't know if this is a negative or not, but I was looking into the wireless option where you could just plug this in and you don't have this huge wire on your desk as well. But I didn't really see any good reviews about the wireless. So if you do have the wireless, let me know how you like it. A lot of people were saying how there's problems with the drivers and things like that. So I didn't really get it. It's only $40, but I don't know if it was really worth it. So if you do have it and you like it, let me know. And if you do have it and you don't like it, let me know. Because I just don't like that many things on my desk. So I really wanted to get rid of this wire, but when I was looking into it, I saw more negatives than positives, so I didn't get it. And the last thing, I've never seen this in any other review or anything like that, but I did mention how you have to kind of be more delicate with, you feel like you have to be more delicate with the pen and the trackpad and things like that. And one thing that I do when I used to have a mouse, if I got frustrated with my computer, like Photoshop was going a little bit slow or something like that, I used to always take my mouse and slam it on the desk. You can't do that with this Intuos 5. I feel like I'm going to break it or ruin a nib or something like that. You just can't slam it and show your frustration. So that's one big negative that I came up with for the trackpad. So if you have the Wacom Intuos 5 or any of the other Wacom tablets or any other tablets, let me know how you like it. I really like it. I'd recommend it to any creative, anybody who does a lot of work in Photoshop or anything like that. I'll see you guys later. So here it is. So exciting, but it's upside down. Sorry. Let me pull it out of the actual box and show you.